everyone. We are live. Welcome to Aftermath. It's Thursday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, and we are happy to have you here. This is Aftermath, a show where we get to discuss the choices that the players have made. We have a little bit of a special episode tonight. It's going to be Jason and I tonight, so we're going to be focusing a little bit more on the DM side of things. And, maybe we have a couple other little tidbits to go through later, so stick around. There will be spoilers for our entire series of Into the Mist. We won't be spoiling anything upcoming in Curse of Strahd, so if you're worried about that, no worries, but for our entire series, there will be spoilers. A couple announcements before we get started. Of course, want to give a huge thanks to our friends at Forged Gaming. They are a phenomenal tabletop accessory company, create everything from dice towers to really awesome sets of dice to little books that look like a little spell book that you can keep your spell cards in. Very, very cool stuff. So if you want to see or get anything from them, they have provided us with a discount code. So if you enter the word Realmsmith20, all one word at checkout, you'll get 20% off your entire order. So thanks, Forged Gaming. We don't really have a lot of announcements tonight. So if you want to join our live chat during our main title show, Into the Mist, we are live on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. We have a live moderated chat on YouTube. We are also sometimes doing giveaways, all kinds of fun things. So last week, a couple days ago, the Dawnbringers are still assisting Irvin Martikov in searching for evidence of whether or not Lady Voctor is in fact allied with Strahd. Chandelier shenanigans ensued, cellar sneaking commenced, undead undulations occurred, and cultists were cleaved in twain. If you want to show your love for Realmsmith and help us support what we do on a weekly basis, consider joining our Patreon. It takes a lot of resources to create a show every week, and it's a lot of fun, and we love doing what we do, but it does take resources. So if that's something that you want to do, head over to Patreon. The different tiers provide different levels of interaction depending on what you want to do, what you're comfortable with, everything from just being able to role play in Discord's Realmsmith's Barovia, or to participate in custom modules that delve deeper into the mysteries of this beloved setting. Lots of fun stuff. If you want, come check it out. Last but not least, Gen Con is coming up. It's going to be held in Indianapolis, Indiana, and will run from September 16th to September 19th. And I think Jason has a little bit more information about that.
Oh, yeah, Gen Con.
Hi, Jason.
How's it going, Hillary? Sorry, I couldn't keep my giggles to myself. April Lynn was saying, that hair, I can't even. And I can't even either, Hillary. That hair is fabulous.
Thanks.
Utterly fabulous. Gen Con is coming soon. We are finalizing things that we're doing there, so it'll be myself. The plan currently, unless the world blows up again, is currently I will be there, Julian will be there, Joel will be there, and we are doing a thing, and we're finalizing details of it right now with Gen Con. But it'll be an awesome thing, and we're very excited about it. So as soon as that happens, we will absolutely send out the informations that that arise, because it is everything is nuts right now, and things are constantly changing daily and all of that stuff. And in fact, we were going to drive to Gen Con, but then found out, oh, wait a second, we can't do that because the border closure was extended, so now we have to all three of us fly, so now we're figuring that out. And anyways, all kinds of things happening. But trust me, we will be there, and we're very excited to see everyone in person. I've been seeing photos of people enjoying each other's company in person lately in the industry, and it makes me very happy.
Finally getting back to some semblance of normal.
Right? That's the plan, anyways. That is the hope.
Yes.
That is the hope.
Yeah. Very excited. So I think that's all the announcements we have for tonight. I think we can get into this now. If you're watching live and you have any questions for Jason, please just put it into the chat, prefaced by the word question in all caps, and the moderators will hand it on over to me in a little chat, and I will relay them to Jason. I will try to get through all of them, but inevitably there's always more questions than we can answer because you guys come up with so many good questions. So to start, I would love to talk about what's going on at Gen Con, Idle Champions. So maybe we should start with talking about what Idle Champions actually is.
Yes, Idle Champions. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is an incredible video game created by Codename Entertainment. It's a lot of fun. They have a lot of players. A lot of people are very passionate about the game. But the game is a game that surrounds or focuses on kind of action RPG combat with a bunch of characters from the Forgotten Realms. Some of them actually created by streamers and celebrities who have embodied these characters on streams, and then other well-known Forgotten Realms characters like Barrowin and Dritz and a bunch of other people, Catti-Brie and so on. Anyways, incredible game created by the great people at Codename. And so we wanted to create a PvP D&D stream. We thought, how cool would it be to take the best heroes of myth and lore and pit them against each other in a tournament kind of UFC style one-on-one combat experience that then they would basically go through a tournament and find out who the ultimate champion of the realm is. And so Champions of the Realm came about that way, and we contacted Idle Champions and said, hey, would you like to partner with us to do this? They're sponsoring the show. Dungeons and Dragons, of course, is the title sponsor of the show. And we're very excited about it. We have more details that we want to share, but we don't have any more that we can share yet. We are finalizing things. The cast, we have, I can't even say that, can I? We have about 3/4 of the cast already set. They're doozies. I'll tell you what. There's some great folks, friends of Realmsmith, people we haven't worked with before as well, and we're just super pumped about it. So,
some old friendly faces and some new faces.
Yes. What I can tell you is that I will be the DM referee of the show. That is new information. Nobody's heard yet, but I will be. I will be absolutely. I'm hearing right now, people are telling me the Jason to Hillary volume ratio is off, and I just need to know who's quieter and who's louder. I just saw that in the chat. We're kind of trying something new here, so imagine that, Realmsmith, figuring out technical stuff.
Would it even be a live stream without some sort of technological glitch?
No.
And it's really
it makes me sad, but it also makes me feel good that even like big streams have the same issues. So it doesn't make you. I am Patrick M says you are. Am I louder or am I softer? I need to know which one am I quieter? Jason is quieter. Well, I've just turned me up. Hopefully that helps. And I can see that is in fact the case. So maybe.
So when you say you've got about 3/4 of the cast put together, what size cast are we looking at to start with?
I can't tell you that.
Okay, cool.
Yes, I can. 8 combatants.
8 combatants to start with.
That is brand new. Nobody's heard that before. We have 8 combatants.
Cool.
Yes, and myself. But it's going to be like nothing anybody's ever seen before. I don't think anybody's ever done anything like this in the D&D world before.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it.
It's short form content, so it's not the 3-hour live stream situation.
How long do you think each episode will be?
I can't tell you that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But I like it. Keep asking the questions. Okay, I'll tell you. We're looking at about half-an-hour episodes, actually. They're going to be nice and short.
Oh, cool.
Nice and bite-sized on YouTube. and I want to tell them everything, but I can't.
Don't pull a Lillard and review everything on stream.
I know, right? I know.
Love you, Lillard.
But yeah, look, 8 combatants, half-hour episodes, and pre-produced. So we're filming. There won't be live. We'll be filming them and then editing them, but like high production value, effects, craziness on screen. But if you're a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, and you're a fan of D&D combat, and you're a fan of Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, and you're a fan of the UFC, you are in. Or any one of those things.
Any one of those, or any combination.
Because it will absolutely feel like a pay-per-view kind of awesome experience. It's going to be amazing.
That's so cool.
It's going to be really great. I'm super excited for it.
And where can our beloved audience find this show?
It will be on YouTube in the fall. It will air in the fall, probably late fall, we're looking at this point.
On our channel exclusively?
What's that?
On our channel exclusively?
No, Dungeons & Dragons as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it'll be on the D&D YouTube as well. So.
Oh, man, this is so exciting. I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with.
It's something.
Because even though I'm in the know, I still don't know a lot of details. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And like I said, I'm so excited to work with all of the people who have already worked with us before, but also super excited to work with people who we've never worked with before. And some big names. And we're so pumped. So very pumped.
So very pumped.
So very.
So, do you want to do the other thing now or later?
Is that Canadian or is that Midwest?
I mean, where do you really draw the line? You know, it's a little close, but no, I had a friend that was from Michigan.
You sound a little like Jenny. You sound a little like April Lynn. I'm just saying, we love her, but she is a Minnesotan.
Minnesota, yes. Yeah, that's what it was. I had a friend from Minnesota, not Michigan. And I used to ironically make fun of her accent, and now I can't stop myself from doing it.
Oh, it's so great.
It's a great accent.
It's fun. It is a great accent. It really is.
Yes. So do you want to do that thing now, or do you want to do that after we talk about the episode? You want to do it now? We have something fun.
Well, do we do that first? Do we do, I don't know. What do we do? Yeah, let's do that. You make the call. Hillary, it's your show.
Let's do it now.
Let's do the thing now?
Yeah.
Okay. We've had this for a while. I'm going to continue talking, but I have to do this really high-tech camera change. So I'm going to go to a full screen of Hillary like that. And then I the problem is now I can't see. Now I can't see the camera.
You can't see where your camera's pointed now.
Oh no, this is not good.
Well, we have something very exciting that we're very excited to show you. I am good at words.
Tell us about it, Hillary.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know how much details you really want me to reveal, Jay, before we actually see what it is. It's an item from one of our most favorite partners.
Yeah. You can talk about it. We already talked about it today.
It's a product from a company that starts with B and ends with Beadle and Grimm's.
You can tell them because I posted it on socials.
Okay, it's been posted. All right.
Yeah.
So today we are going to share with you guys some of the contents of Beadle and Grimm's new Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft box.
Yes.
Super exciting.
This is the shadowy Silver Edition. Is this going to be good? Oh, kinda. Except I have my lamp in the way and my dongles. Okay, that's all right. We'll take the lamp out though. That's good.
Wow. That symbol with the like vampire teeth with the rose inside is good, just right? Gorgeous.
It's so good. So, again, one of our sponsors for our show. I've had this for a while and haven't yet done this. I've wanted to do this, but things have been kind of nuts, so we haven't really had the chance, and now we do. So we'll do this really quick. You can talk about it, and people can see your face, and then, yeah. Okay, so open it up. Now, we've given away a bunch of Curse of Strahd boxes. That legendary Curse of Strahd box is fantastic.
Oh, it's so cool. And it's so fun to see Adam wearing the holy symbol of
Raven Find, right? Isn't that cool?
Oh, I love it.
So first of all, the Raven Feather. How freaking cool is that? And it's like kind of on vellum or like like a see-through sort of thing. It's super cool.
See, this is what I really appreciate about Beadle and Grimm's. They didn't need to
Right.
add that in there, but it just is such an
They
incredible way. Like you open the box and you just see this
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, they do D&D right. And I've always said that. I've said that we partner with people who do Dungeons and Dragons the same way we do. Okay, so this is the
Ooh.
Silver Edition. So this basically tells you what's in it. It goes through kind of all of the pieces, and then shows you some other things from the warehouse and things that you can buy. Again, the Holy Silver Relic of a Kind, the Strahd coins, and all of that. So this is just kind of like a inventory book for that. Really nice bubble wrap, bubble paper. Got to do that at least once per sheet. Okay, so already we've got some creepiness and some craziness happening here. Oh, she's so creepy. Okay, so
She's so
really
creepy.
nicely packed. So we have, these are the monster cards. These are the encounter cards. So it says all of the creatures that are included. Again, there are spoilers. I will say ahead of time that we do have spoilers for Van Richten's. So
Spoiler warning.
you will see some stuff in here. Okay, here we are. What is that?
Sorry.
That theme music? As soon as I put her on screen. Anyway, so we won't go through all of these, but how awesome is this? Illustration by Claudio Posas, apparently.
Also, they
and
even have their own artist.
Yeah, the reason this is like this is because you put it on top of your DM screen.
Oh, cool.
So that the players can see the front and you can see the back. I should use these more on stream now that we're on the table.
Man. That would be
but anyways,
so
this
helpful.
is Bright Eyes, but this is a Vampire Spawn. So they're just using Vampire Spawn stats, but for a specific character who is part of a adventure. Anyways, there's tons of... Oh, yes.
Oh.
We saw these recently.
Yeah.
Were Raven. Look at that beautiful art.
Gorgeous.
Man, I need to use this stuff more on Mondays now that we're around the table. Anyways, gorgeous. Gorgeous stuff. Amazing artwork. Fantastic work from the people at Beadle and Grimm. Of course. Now we got this other awesome package of goodies.
So many beautiful things.
Alright, it's packed really well. Oh, there we go.
It's not going to accidentally come out of there.
No. Okay, so the first thing is a really cool ring, actually. And I saw this. I don't know if I should give it away. Well, Matt's already said it, I think. And I think he showed it on one of our...
He did.
On one of our streams, right?
Yeah.
But it's a... I think it's a mist talisman. But look how cool that ring is. It's metal. It's solid. You can see it's kind of pitted.
Oh, yeah.
Really nice. And it's got copyright wizards inside. But anyways, how cool is that ring? I think I just want to wear it.
I was just going to say, I feel like you should just always wear it now.
And I like that it has the little kind of separation at the back so that you can fit it to your... Although I kind of feel weird wearing it on my pinky. But anyways, super cool. They're always so amazing at this. Actually, no, you know what? That is not a mist talisman. I believe this is one of the mist talismans. Anyways,
yes.
Look at this.
With that
piece. So it's got
inset.
a little black kind of paint on the beak. The inset looks kind of a bit like a heart. Look at that. How fantastic is that?
The details. Even the back is detailed. They could have easily just made that flat with like their name across the back of it or something.
So great. And then this is really well packaged because it's quite ornate. Part of the challenge in the adventure is getting the package open.
Is it a dexterity check or a strength check?
Yeah. So this is the what are they called? They're called when you have a Ouija board, the thing that you move around.
Oh yeah, what do they I don't know.
I
I
forget what
don't
they're
know
called,
the
but
name of
this
that.
is
I'm
fantastic.
sure
Look at
somebody
this.
in the chat will know.
It's like gold. It's metal. It's got like a
It's so
glass bead in the
pretty.
middle of it. How fantastic is that?
It's just
I've
gorgeous.
got it upside down. Planchet. Thank you, Sakura.
There we go. Thank you, Sakura.
Sakura's been summoning something recently, apparently. Anyways, yes, and then we've got more kind of cards for the different realms, for the different Dread realms. Oh, we
Oh.
know what this is. This is a Hexblood, which we've seen
Mm.
recently.
So mini version of that equals Felfer.
Yes, a very mini version. Anyways, tons and tons of adventure art from the realms, the races, the lineages, like just tons of content and visuals for your game. Then we've got Dread Tales from the Warehouse. My understanding is these are actual like unique adventures from Beadle and Grimm for Van Richten's guide.
Oh, so they wrote like their own.
Yeah, yeah. They're all these mini kind of adventures, which are great. I've read through a bunch of them because I actually want to put them into maybe our campaign.
Oh, that would be so cool.
So there's that.
That's one thing that's really fun about Barovia and Ravenloft is it really is so fleshed out in so many ways, but there's still huge places that can have
Huge.
so much content added to it.
Yeah. And then we have the Deed of Property, which is a spoiler, but anyways, another amazing giveaway. I love these little rolled up kind of scrolls. They had two of them in the Curse of Strahd box too.
Yeah, there's 40 encounter cards in there.
Jeez. What blew me away still is the maps for the Curse of Strahd box. They have all the maps that make up Castle Ravenloft, which we will be using if our party survives long enough to go. All right, then we have Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. So this is the full book, but the way they do this, I'll open it up, is that they make it into smaller chapters. So it's really great. I love how they do this, but they break it up into like smaller booklets.
Oh, so you can hand some of it out to your players, but still keep some of it secret.
Exactly.
Ha! Clever.
So there's chapter 1, character creation, right, and creating domains of dread. Chapter 3 is domains of Ravenloft and the actual specific domains. Chapter 3, domains of Ravenloft still, and the rest of the domains kind of in that book. And then chapter 4 is horror adventures, monsters of Ravenloft. This looks familiar. What do you think that is?
Oh, I have no idea.
All right. And then
oh my goodness,
more.
it keeps going. It's wait. Like Mary Poppins bag.
It's insanity. The amount of stuff you get in here. The value in this box is unreal. Okay, so we've got lots of handouts again, certificates. Look how cool these are. Look how weathered this piece of this list is. Again, I don't want to give away too many things, but look at this. It's all crinkled. Like, that's not printed. That's actually physically. Yeah. You can see how the light comes off it.
Do you think they have somebody in their factory that like their entire job is just properly crinkling certain pages?
Yes, in fact, I know that for a fact. I do. I've been there. Purple Great. Look at these, and these are the same ones that you get in the Ravenloft, but they're the different wine labels for Wizard of Wines, Purple Great Mash, all of that.
So beautiful.
And then a bunch of maps. These are all encounter maps. I'm not going to unfold them all.
That color.
Gorgeous. Look how the in person it's unreal. Like the color on these maps is fantastic.
It's pretty exquisite through the camera, so I can only imagine how much better they must look in person. Yeah, ooh, is this the basement they were just in?
I don't know, but This is fantastic.
No, it doesn't look nearly flammable enough.
That looks like a wine of some sort. I wonder if the Wizard of Wines is part of it. I don't know. Blackmore. There's. Okay, so this is another massive map. You can see how thick it is.
Wow.
So it's multiple pages wide that you would put on your table and play. And then we also have, I don't know. Oh yeah. So this is the actual board for the planchette.
I love the black and gold. It's so beautiful.
So cool, right?
Hey, look, it's Esmeralda.
Look who it is.
Our favorite monster hunter.
And who's that?
Ooh.
Not so favorite. Vampire. Anyways, more character art. Oh, yes, Van Richten. Anyways, really, really awesome stuff. Just constant.
Ooh, that looked like a worm.
Yeah. Where was he? Look at that.
Whoa. A worm with runes on it. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's scary.
And of course. Cool. Amazing. And then this is some sheets. Oh, these are pre-printed sheets. So these are yeah, go ahead.
They create their own NPCs for you to play, right?
No, not NPCs, PCs. I think these are PCs.
Oh.
So I think that these are
player characters.
Yeah, pre-gen player characters. Reborn, Dampier Rogue, all the lineages, Hexblood Druid. So they have some so you can just jump in and play. There's a crevasse. I prefer to call it a crevice. There's a crevasse.
That's quite a crevasse.
Anyways, lots more stuff. Yeah, not to be confused with Travasse.
Now, what are these symbols?
I don't know, but there's another little note. I'm not going to open it because it's a secret.
Oh, it's got twine and everything.
And then it's unbelievable. And then what is in here? And then there's another folder of maps.
What?
It's insanity what they get in here. So Barovia, our beloved Barovia, of course, and then all of the Dread Realms.
Oh my goodness. And it looks like they're all in the original art from wherever they were published.
Yeah, I think some of them.
Because I know that's the one from the Curse of Strahd book.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if these were created or pulled or created fresh. Anyways, it's fan-dang-tastic.
Incredible.
That is the shadowy silver edition of Shadowy
Silver.
Anyways, amazing.
Wow.
Well done, Matthew Lillard and the folks at Beadle and Grimm. You guys are fantastic.
Above and beyond again.
We love you, and again, we just love doing D&D with people who do it the same way we do. And to the level we do, and immersion is the name of our game, and I don't know if my camera is where it should be, but we're about to find out.
We'll find out in a moment. One thing I think that's really fun about those boxes is there's a lot of stuff out there to increase immersion for players.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of this is just fun for DMs.
Yeah.
And DMs need to have fun just as much as players do. So 100%. I think that's just super cool.
100%.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Jay.
Yeah, of course. It's been some time. It's way overdue. I know a lot of other people, have done unboxings of it already. But I just wanted to share it because we love the folks at Beadle and Grimm. They're so friggin' fantastic.
Yeah, they're pretty great.
And they're so supportive of what we do here at Realmsmith. And always have been. So it's been great to be partnered with them. And look at us at half hour past the hour.
Look at that.
To get into some questions and some things.
First question from our chat is from Scott Strawbridge, and he wants to know if
Scott Strawbridge.
Hi, Scott. He wants to know if Matt Lillard is coming back anytime soon.
Oh, Matt is always back. It's funny because I asked Matt if he wanted to be involved in something a couple weeks ago when we were on the call, and then he started asking questions about it, and then he was like, dude, I'm always in. I was like, come on, man. Just a good dude.
Yeah, I feel like you guys have a really awesome friendship, and
like
I'm
it's
just we benefit from that. So thank you.
It blows my mind a little bit because he's for those that don't know, he's a star. He's a he's a big star, and he's done a lot of things. And again, they say not to meet the people that you look up to or that you, because you never know what they'll be like in person or whatever, or they may let you down, and that is not the case in any way, shape, or form for Matt. Matt is absolutely the salt of the earth kind of dude that everybody would imagine that he is. He's fantastic. He's just a really, really, really great guy, and I can't say that enough. And he's done so much for us for so little, and I can't. Yeah. Anyways. I'll stop.
It's always good to find somebody that's the same brand of nerd. Yeah, we can tell. Nothing.
But yeah. It's great.
One thing that I still think would be really fun to do, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I'm putting you on the spot, is
here we go.
Possibly creating walking people through the process of creating a Dread Realm.
Ooh.
And do that as a community project. I think that could be really, really fun.
That would be a blast.
Yeah.
And I think
that's something
definitely talk about doing that.
Agreed. So let us know, audience, if that's something that you are interested in. If you are, we'll look into doing it.
Maybe we could do that in an Aftermath episode.
Oh, do you think we could get it done in an hour?
Yeah, maybe. It's worth trying.
Yeah. Yeah, and if we have to do it in 2 Aftermaths, that's fine.
Sure.
That would be really fun. So yeah, let us know, guys, if that's something that you're interested in.
And actually, what we'd like to know, folks, as well, is if there's things you want us to do on Aftermath.
Yeah.
Hit up the suggestion box on the Discord and let us know, because it would be great to hear what you folks want to see more of. Behind the screen with something a bit different. If you want to see some more of that content come back, we can do that. But yeah, keep us kind of changing and evolving. Great.
Yeah. It's always good to have other perspectives. And, when you're so close to something, it's hard to see it. So it's good to see it from
100%.
an outside. Alrighty. So we're at about halfway past the mark. So let's get into the last couple episodes. They have been crazy.
Yeah.
How you feeling about how everything's going? It's been pretty chaotic.
Yes, it's been chaotic. I do. The technical stuff is hard because we were ready to go 2 weeks ago, and then everything was working, and then just before we go live, the whole thing explodes. So that took a little bit of wind out of the sails. Let's be honest. But we worked it out, and last week was flawless for the most part. We had some audio issues, but we're getting new mics, so that's not going to be a problem anymore. And we just keep upping kind of the bar. We kind of keep improving things, and I think from a roleplay perspective too, I think that we continue to evolve. I think that the players continue to dig deeper into their characters. I think they continue to kind of push the boundaries of their own kind of comfort when it comes to roleplay, and I honestly think that it's been fantastic. And I think the last 4 or 5 episodes have been the best Realmsmith content that this season's been the best Realmsmith content we've ever put out, for a lot of reasons. And I think it's because the stakes are high. I think it's because people are. I mean, there's many reasons, but I think it's been fantastic.
Yeah, how are you adjusting to having part of your party still through Zoom and half of your party at the table? How's that working out?
I love that they're back at the table. I forgot how distracting it is.
Yeah, you've been by yourself.
Yeah, you're when you're kind of on your own, you don't realize that. But it's been fantastic to have them back at the table, to have the guys show up here an hour before the stream, for us to hang out, for us to go to Wings after, for me to actually be able to hug my buddies again and play around the table. And it's great. There's nothing better than a tactile experience, and I think it shows. I think that folks watching the stream would be able to tell how much we're enjoying that whole process a lot more. And I even saw it in the comments. I think people even said, like, you know, we can tell that you guys are back at the table. We missed it, and we're so happy that you guys are there. So
yeah, but you're still doing a really good job of making sure to still include Nora, because I know, and Omega. I mean, I wasn't here last week, but it would be really easy to kind of forget about the one or two people on the screen. But you guys are doing a great job. The camera setup looks awesome. The new layout, good. I love it. Good.
I know everybody's gonna say it. I know it's Critical Role ish, and we're gonna make it more dynamic, with more camera movements and so on, than what it was last week, because we don't want it to be static. But I think it was important. What we learned from and the good thing about the virtual things was you could see everybody's faces all the time, and so you could see Adam's reactions to things. but when we're back in the room and we were doing multiple camera angles, you would miss some of that, and some of the interactions. And so we're still going to have like 2-up kind of things when people have interactions, and kind of to make it a bit more intimate when other people aren't involved.
Yeah.
But I think that the new way, again, people miss less. I think people feel more involved, and I do love that it feels like we haven't lost anything with those on Zoom, and I hope they feel the same way. But I feel like they're still present. We have them coming through the speakers in the studio, so it feels like they're there. They're nice and loud and clear. We wanted to put like monitors at the table of their faces. I just don't know how technically we would ever do that. And so we'd have to figure that out. It's like we'd have to add 2 more Zoom calls and then pin the video to those devices so that we could have talking heads at the table. So it's possible, but not for camera, but just for our players to be able to look at them rather than looking at the screen. Although Dave, I noticed, was doing a very good job of looking at the camera while talking to Nora, even though Nora was on the screen to the right. So anyways, all of that said, we're always trying to push the envelope, or we're always trying to improve on things and just make things better for everyone at home. So, and for us here in the studio, the more immersive, the more fun it is for us, the better it is too.
One step at a time. And yeah, just know that everything Jason does is about increasing immersion. So I know that some people, I saw a little bit of like, oh, is this going to still be as immersive as it was? And we're doing everything we can. Or I guess I should say Jason is. I'm not in Canada helping at all.
Yeah. And even still, like, having the players interact with the miniatures and actually like move them around and stuff takes away some of the responsibility of me doing that, so I can focus on the actual storytelling and DMing. And there's so many good things.
Yeah. So many good things happening, one step at a time.
So
many. So one thing I've been really enjoying about the last few episodes is they've been doing their first real like investigation. I love investigations. I find though that they are one of the most difficult sessions to prepare, but they're also one of the most rewarding from both sides, to both DM and to play. How do you prepare for an investigation?
Yeah, so last week at Wings after the session, we were kind of talking, and I said, and I made a realization, which was one of the hardest things about being a DM when you're running a pre-existing campaign setting, like when you're running a book that has been released, is you have all of this information in this book, and you know it, but the book doesn't necessarily tell you when to release that information. So it's definitely one of the my favorite parts, and one of the most difficult things is, how do I disseminate this information, make it feel natural when they receive it, but still make it interesting and still get it all out. That's by far one of the most challenging and fun things, I think, about being a DM when you're running one of those those published adventures. There's so much information in there, and it's like, well, who's going to give it? And And for example, this whole thing about the Voctors and getting information about how they're connected to Strahd, and this whole, spoiler warning, and this whole thing about Erlen wanting that information, how do I get that to the players in a way that feels natural and also feels like they got it, which is the biggest thing about investigation, is like, I know it all, I know how they could get it, but how do they feel accomplished that they've done what they needed to do to get that information out? So it's constantly changing, and it's constantly evolving on the spot. And sometimes they don't go where the information is. And so then you're like, in the moment, you're thinking, okay, well, maybe they just don't get the information, and that's okay. But if that information is key to something that is happening in the near future, then how can I bring that information back? Or how can I give that information out in a way that makes sense? Yeah. So it's fun. This whole investigation thing is a lot of fun. It is a lot more preparation and thoughtfulness about the direction and pockets where reveals will happen.
Yeah, I do find that I personally find it more difficult running pre-prepared modules because of that exact reason. There's so much information in there, and it really makes it a lot more difficult. But I find that it's just, if you just have a pretty clear idea of the events that happened leading up to it, it makes it a lot easier to be able to hand that out. Yeah, a lot of fun. I've been really enjoying watching it unfold. I wasn't expecting the chandelier shenanigans to take so much time.
I wasn't either, but it was such a kind of cool moment for Sterling previously, with the Mardukov kid, boy. So it was just really cool to kind of like enjoy that again, and that's another thing too. Like, I didn't expect a whole episode to occur in the hallway of dolls, the dollway, as it were. I had no idea, right? And so, but it was fun, and it was natural, and it felt fun, and so again, they're not as far along as I thought they would be. That's always the case, but that's okay too.
Yeah, I feel like it's better to just let things happen naturally than to try to force it along.
Yeah.
And I think that even is probably part of why the role play is increasing more, because we are encouraging, go ahead, spend 30 minutes to hang on a chandelier. But then it also ended up working out well because it was their exit.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
100%.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing that I wanted to ask you about, because I haven't really had a chance to talk to you about this since it happened, is Falfer's transformation.
Yep.
How much of that was a surprise for Joel?
All of it.
All of it?
Zero idea. Zero clue. Zero clue. I didn't tell him. And a lot of people were like, oh, how could you do that to a player? I know Joel, right? And this is the benefit of playing with people who I've known for decades, literally decades.
Yeah.
And I knew Joel. I knew Joel is always up for something that is entertaining. Always. It's always yes. It's never, I don't know. It's always yes. He is, if it's going to be entertaining, if it's going to be fun, if it's going to make the show better, Joel's game. So I knew that. So I was like, you know what? It would be better to and you could probably tell from his reactions on stream that he had no idea it was coming. I didn't tell him at all. And I knew he would bite because it's Joel. And he likes to kind of like pull those threads. So I knew he would bite, and he did, and it was fantastic. It was great. I love the way it turned out. I love the way it went, and it couldn't have gone any better.
Really good timing with that Hexblood being in there right after the tail of the whole hag thing.
Yeah.
Did you think he was going to take the deal?
I knew he would.
Yeah.
Yeah. He may not have, but I knew he would. Knowing Joel, I knew he would. And just to cause stuff. Like just to be a bit of a stuff disturber. He's that player, and it's great because it's entertaining and it's fun, and he's that character.
Yeah.
And I mean, that idea came about because of a comment in the YouTube chat, because I hadn't even known about Hexbloods yet. And somebody said, "Oh, if he's making a deal with the hag, he should be Hexblood." I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes!" And then so we listen and we watch and we hear and then we implement, and there you go.
You hear that, chat? That's super cool. That's what's so fun about being in this community is everybody has so many different things to pull in and add,
Yep.
and I just
Yep.
love collaborative storytelling so much.
It's so good.
Let's see here. Oh, I did see a couple comments from the audience that I wanted to read. They're pertaining to our previous conversation about being back around the table again. Ron, I'm really sorry. I'm probably going to butcher your last name. Ron Chapin? Chopin? 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 I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. He says, it was so awesome to see you all playing around the table again. It was so missed. Who cares if it is somewhat like Critical Role? You all rock just as much as them. I love watching you both.
Oh, Ron. Thanks, Ron.
It's really sweet, Ron.
That's great.
Sakura says, love the new layout. Some of the reactions on their faces. I love that you are all back around the table, heart.
Me too.
Let's see here. Scott Strawbridge, hello again, Scott, says the setup worked really well last time. I missed seeing the at the table shenanigans between you all.
Yeah.
It is really fun to be able to see you guys annoying each other, for lack of a better word.
Right.
In the most loving manner.
Yeah. It's usually annoying the DM. That's usually the case. Especially when David points out like things on the table that he shouldn't be looking at.
What's this? I just want to ask. We'll get there.
Yeah, why aren't we doing that part? Guys, don't you know that there's a whole other floor? Because it's right here on the table.
Oh, it's so funny.
And he just does it to bug me.
You guys are just the silliest.
It's so fun.
And then last comment at the moment, Kelly Preston says it would have been funnier if someone tied a rope to Small Sterling and used him as a grappling hook.
Oh, that's great.
It's true. A grappling hook that can I'm going to grab onto this would be super efficient.
An NPC might have to suggest that at some point.
I think we need to make that happen. It could always be a Vistani.
It could.
Just saying.
It very well could.
We're getting real close to the end. I do want to ask Jason.
Oh, wow.
We're only 10 minutes till the hour. Wow. It's gone really fast. But I want to know, were you expecting so many fireballs?
No, I wasn't.
He was having so much fun with that.
I said she doesn't get a chance to do it much, right? So
exactly.
This was like Fireball City. I must say that I don't think we've ever completed 2 full combats in a session before.
Yeah.
So they went through 2 full encounters, and inside baseball. So this stuff is supposed to happen much earlier. So I think level 4 or 5. So as per the book, these encounters were much less beefy than they were, but I didn't want to beef them up so much that they felt like I love the idea of heroes coming back to their origins and being a lot stronger and realizing that they've evolved as far as they have. I know it was scary when 12 came up, but they didn't even touch him. There was 1 heal, only 1 person was hurt, and they destroyed 12 zombies, Strahd zombies, no less.
Yeah, Strahd zombies are a lot harder than regular zombies.
Yeah, and I didn't do all the limbs because with 12 it would have been disaster, but
it's a lot.
But anyways, I again, I wanted it to feel fun. They felt scared, but at the same time it was like, wow, that was a breeze, and they feel their natural kind of evolution. Yeah.
It's like that moment in a video game where you finally make it out of the starting area. You get all nice and powerful in the next area, and then you come back and all those things that were just wiping you out before, you're just like, pew, pew, pew. And you feel like a total badass.
Yeah, 100%. It's like Skyrim. Yeah.
So I guess follow-up question to that is, how do you as a DM feel about spells like Fireball that can just unexpectedly put out enormous chunks of damage? Are you like, oh no, they're ruining my encounter? Or are you like, yay, they're doing so much damage?
No, I love it. I'm a huge fan of collaborative storytelling. I hate railroading, and I would never, I love it. When they throw a wrench into my plan, which is not even a plan, it's like a guide.
Yeah.
I love it. Like when she fireballed in the basement, I'm like, and this is the other thing too, right? I actually said this at Wings again after last session with the guys, is I was like, the other thing that's really fun for me as a DM is rolling with the unexpected, and also thinking about the collateral damage and the results of decisions and how they affect the rest of the world that they can't even see, right?
The
Because
aftermath
in
of
this
the
case, it's like, okay, so she ignites a fireball in the basement. How loud is that fireball? How loud is it outside of the basement? How much does the basement kind of subdue the concussive noise and force that exists? Do the Voctors want people to know that they have a cult thing in the basement? So would they actually call for help? How long would that help take to arrive? If the guards are out looking for the party already, where are they? Are they still around the Blue Water Inn? Everything's flammable. The ceiling's flammable. How long does that take to spread? The fact that the Voctor house is already decrepit and leaning and broken down, does that speed it up? And then they were like, well, you said it was old and sagging, so that insinuates, moisture, so maybe it wouldn't catch as fast. Whatever, that's just them trying to figure it out. But
the players have to try.
But these are the things that DM have to figure out. Like, in the moment, I'm like, holy crap, they just ignited a fireball which shook the foundation of the home. What would that do?
Yeah.
And how would the inhabitants react? Yeah. So it's quite the process running through things like this.
Kelly Preston wants to know if you think the house will still be standing the next time they visit it.
We'll see how it goes. We heard the creaking. We saw one of the joists already fall. It lit up pretty fast, so we'll see.
Yep. And now there's something else in the room with them.
Yes, there is. And that's another thing. It's like, you have this idea of how this encounter is going to go. You can't help not thinking that and wondering, okay, well, you got to obviously prepare for all the potential eventualities. And then they do something that you totally don't expect.
Oh, yeah. There's no way to prepare for all the eventualities. It's not possible.
No.
But that's why collaborative storytelling is so much fun.
So fun.
Well, I'm not seeing any more questions from our audience. We are at about 5 minutes of the hour, so I think that's probably a good place to call it for the night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
We haven't had an Aftermath in a while, so it's nice to have one again. And again, I think that Aftermath, we talk about it being kind of the after show for the last episode, but I think it's also a great opportunity for us to have fun conversations about DMing and behind the scenes kind of stuff, unboxings, because we get so much stuff, and now I don't really have a venue to be able to show off some of this stuff. So I think that this is good. If you enjoy the unboxings, let us know. If you want to see more of that kind of stuff, we get lots of awesome things from our sponsors and our partners, including this bone whelk.
What did you call me?
It's a bone whelk. Look at that thing.
Ugh.
It's a slug with bones.
Oh, is that a giant skull on its back?
It's a giant skull, and look, it even has like small skulls.
That's amazing and terrifying.
But those are just some of the things that I just have kind of lying around here.
Where is that creature from? What source book?
Oh, I think it's probably from Volos.
Oh,
I think it's from Volos.
That would make sense.
And then these. Look at these little cute guys. Look at these little.
Oh, are those BB Yetis?
They're Yeti tykes. This one's eating a fish. This one wants a hug.
Oh my goodness.
This one's eating a fish. This was part of a special promotion from WizKids a while ago.
Did those ones come pre-painted?
Yeah, and then this one is... Oh, and this one has a bone.
He's got a little bone. They're so cute.
Are they cute? All kinds of things.
I want a Yeti type.
Got all zombie T-Rexes from WizKids.
Ooh.
Anyways, so much fun. All just kind of...
We know and love zombie T-Rexes in Realm Smith, don't we?
Yes, apparently we do. They abound.
They abound through Barovia. Yeah, they've been having a bunch of fun with those since I released them for my minions, aka the tail weavers.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, weavers of all levels.
Weavers of all levels, and
All
I need to
levels.
jump in there at some point soon and join in the fun.
You're always welcome.
I know.
All right. Well, as you know, Jay, before we close, I like to open the floor up to my wonderful and beautiful guests, and that's you. So is there anything else that you want to talk about today?
No. Gen Con. If you're interested in Gen Con, keep an eye out for our event. We will be announcing it. Hopefully there are people in the chat and watching that will be at Gen Con, and we will be able to say hi and all that stuff. And Monday's going to be fun.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens on Monday.
See what the thing is.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, this whole Velaki thing took longer and went in directions I didn't expect it to go. So I don't know where it's all going to resolve at this point. We'll have to see.
Stay tuned for the next installment next Monday. Alrighty, well then, huge thanks to our sponsor, Forged Gaming. Big thanks to Jason for joining me this evening. Big thanks to Jason for production and all the other things. Thank you to the Realm Watchers, the Technomancers, and the Weavers of all varieties. I might be frozen because my internet's being weird. To my fellow moderators, thank you all so very much. My Smith Guardians, you guys are the best. And of course, thank you to our viewers. We literally cannot do this without you. So I hope that you guys could hear that because my computer was frozen for part of that. Okay, awesome.
Like
yay. Oh no, that's a bad face. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining us. It was a blast as usual. You guys are amazing. Appreciate every single one of you. We'll see you Monday as we venture back into the mists. Bye.